Sanai. How are you doing today? So today, for tips and tricks, we're going to be talking about navigating grocery store aisles, not only for your regular daily condiments, but also for specialty items that maybe you can't find at your local grocery store. You might have to go to an international store or a health food store for some of these items as well. Okay, so the first thing that I want to go over is fish sauce, because in our recent video that we did, which was a Thai flare, we used some fish sauce. We also used some rice vinegar as well. Now the rice vinegar, you can find this one at a health food store, no problem. That's the one that I prefer to use. But with fish sauce, this one might be a little harder to find, or if you go to an international or an Asian grocery store, you may not know which one to get. So if you happen to need an item that you get from a ethnic food store, the thing that I always tell myself, and I also tell other people, is you want to navigate those aisles and look at them the way you would if you were to go to your normal grocery store. What ketchup do you tend to use the most? What name brand of mustard? What name brand of mayo? Because during feast days, we know we all like that very specific mayo that works best for our potato salads, right? So that's how you kind of have to look at other ethnic items as well. With this particular fish sauce, when I was first trying a recipe years and years ago, and I wasn't quite sure which one to get, I looked at them and said, okay, which item is the one that everybody seems to be buying the most of? This one, and I'm not even going to attempt to try and say the name, is a Vietnamese fish sauce. This one is salty, but it's not overly bearing in fishiness. So that's the one that I like. And I have a huge bottle because I tend to use this a lot. I use it from not only Asian dishes, I make it for making my homemade spaghetti sauces. It's good for just sprinkling a little bit on after you finish roasting some vegetables. So this one is pretty versatile in a lot of different things you can use with it. Let's see. So other items, let me move this over here to the side, that I've used lately in some of the recipes that I've done the videos for. Let's see. We're going to talk about olive oil, because this is one that again that I've used and that we will be using further in the future. Is when you go to the store, whether it's the regular grocery store or specialty store, and you buy olive oil. You want the olive oil that's in the dark green and glass containers. If you see something like this that's in a plastic see-through container, you don't want this one. You might as well just throw your money down the drain, because this type of container for this type of oil, this is going to go bad really quick, because most people tend to keep the oil right next to their stove, or they keep it next to a window, somewhere that light comes in. And with olive oil, it breaks down, it goes rancid really quick if you keep it near heat, and if you keep it near open light, sunlight especially. So if you see something like this, that's what you're going to do with it. Just get rid of it. Don't even bother to buy it. Just skip it. This kind in the glass bottles, dark, that's the kind that you want. Okay? But for cooking, this is grapeseed oil. This is one that I particularly like. It has no flavor, and it's also, you can also use it for high heat uses as well. Where if you were to get something that's more like this, this can also go rancid really quick. The flavor can sometimes change your meal. But I keep this one for other purposes, but this is the one that I tend to cook most with, which is grapeseed oil. Now this one I got in a Middle Eastern store, because they do use a lot of grapeseed oil in their cooking. And actually, if you were to go to a Middle Eastern store or another type of ethnic store where they do use a lot of grapeseed oil, this is going to be cheaper at this size than you would if you were to go to a big box store that most people tend to go to. This size in our neighborhood store might be anywhere from $13 to $20, place that I got it is only $7. Again, because it's something that they tend to use a lot of so that they can sell it at a lower price. All right. Other items that we have here. We have a lot of vinegars, a lot of tart condiments over here. We have pomegranate molasses. This one isn't a vinegar, but it brings brightness. It brings a bit of tartness to different foods and dishes. You can even do salad dressings with it. We have apple cider vinegar, again, a rice vinegar, another type of apple cider. There's so many different types of vinegars that actually do have flavors, whether it's sweet, whether it's deeper note flavors, and they all are used in different ways with different dishes. Another item that you can find either at an international or a health food store are roasted sesame seeds. Let's see, down here we have quinoa, which brings me to the bulk section. If you go to your neighborhood store, if they have a bulk section, or your health food stores such as Sprouts or Whole Foods, and you want to buy an item that you want to try, but you don't want to try a big bag of it because that's probably the only way they sell it in the aisles, go to the bulk section, see what they have. They have everything from spices, dried spices, and nuts and grains, and all this flours and salts, different things like that. So buy it in a bag, small bag. This one is from their spice section. These are red chili flakes. And when you bring it home, if you have any used spice containers, wash them out, get them very clean. And all you do is take this, dump it in here so you can reuse it. You can also reuse these for any salad dressings. If you're packing lunch, put your salad dressing in here, put it to the side, because sometimes those smaller containers that you find, lids fall off, it may not come out very well, spouts are too thin. These, I like these a lot. But yeah, go to the bulk section, get what you can, and then repackage it when you get home. This way, if you're not buying it in that huge container or the huge bag, if you've never used it that often, it's not going to be a waste of money for you. Okay, let's see, last that we have over here, we have tahini sauce. This one I just picked up the other day. This is something that we will be using in the future in some of the recipes I provide. And what tahini sauce is sesame paste. It's kind of like peanut butter, but it has that sesame note to it. It's pretty good. Let's see, we have toasted sesame oil, soy sauce, different types of vanillas. So if you go to spice stores as well, specialty spice stores, there are all kinds of different vanillas and peppers and salts and cinnamons. So if you have a chance to ever visit one of those, go ahead, you're gonna love it. But everything that we have here enhances flavor, gives a little bit of something like, what is that? I don't know what it is, but it makes it taste so much better. So try everything that you possibly can. Don't be afraid to go to your international store. Don't be afraid to go and ask somebody, hey, have you ever used this product? What would you use it in? How do you use it? Can you suggest a different way that I can use it for if I'm making, I don't know, something. But try also to stay away from the artisan products that are out there. I don't know what they add to it, but it's artisan for a reason. They might add, I don't know, pig's feet. They might add, I don't know, love and joy and butterflies and all this other stuff that call it artisan. Okay, but all you're really paying for is the name artisan on it. Go for the basic stuff. Don't get too fancy in it, because it could possibly bring a flavor to your food that you weren't expecting if you didn't try the basic one first. One more thing that I want to bring to your attention is if you happen to go shopping for canned items, shop for canned items that say no salt added, because you want to be able to add your own seasoning to it. The more salt that you try and get out of your system, the better it is for you. You're going to avoid that hypertension. You're going to avoid sometimes you wake up and your body just feels swollen. That's from a lot of the salt that is hidden in canned products. So when you go to grocery stores, look for something that says no salt added or reduced sodium. And if you're buying beans, because we will be doing a recipe that includes a lot of beans, and sometimes the easiest way to get beans is just to get it in the can, especially if you're not going to be using a big quantity of it. Always make sure you rinse those beans, rinse out those vegetables that can be rinsed off. Make sure that if there are any additional salts in there, you get that out, and then you just let it drain and use it for whatever purpose. So those are just a couple of tips and tricks for going out to the grocery store and exploring all the extra flavors that are out there. All right, have a good day, and we will see you later.